We got curtains here. We got curtains here. We have a curtain for the closet. We got curtains here. We got curtains here. And we also have curtains in the front. I got it. Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Thank you for stopping by. It's always good to have you here. Today I'm going to be talking about the curtains that I have in the van, and they're everywhere, on the doors, on the side, on the doors in the back, inside the van. I made all the curtains myself, so let's get into it. Welcome to the show. I always wanted to do that. I thought I would start with the front of the van. And these are the curtains that they go between the driver's seats, or the driver's seat and the passenger seat, to the cabin, but that's what I call it. Yeah, I got these, I believe I got these from Home Depot. And what's nice about these curtains is that they're not only like blackout curtains, they're also thermal curtains. And as you can see, they have two, they're doubled up. So it's really nice because they, you know, when I'm stealth camping somewhere in the city, then I have a blackout, and then up here I also have a layer that goes on top here, and I'll show you. This actually is on a rod. It's like a bathroom rod, and I think I got it from Home Depot as well. So this is like a Home Depot thing. I wish I had a link down below, but if you go to Home Depot and you look for curtains, you'll find them. I like them a lot. They serve a really good purpose. I had to cut them, so from the portion that I cut, I actually used to build this thing up. So this is up here because if I didn't have it up here, because the curtains are on the rod, they don't flush straight with the roof. So having this here, it doesn't allow for any light to leak out if at night, if I have the light back in here, and then I'm stealth camping in the city. And because these are a little bit of a darker color, they're not black, they're just a dark blue, then when it's really dark outside, it's really hard to kind of tell if it's something there, like a curtain or anything at all. So it's really nice. So this is the front curtains of the van, and I like them. They've served me really well so far. And the reason I have this side, like the lighter side, it's like a cream or whatever, it's not a white, and I like it because it, like on this side of the van, it makes the place look bigger. Anything lighter, that's why you see a lot of people put white, paint their walls white and all that stuff in the van. So this is kind of the same concept. I just wanted to not look dark, and then it would change the whole aspect of the van inside if it was a darker color here. It's so I consider this as a wall when I'm actually in it and I close the curtains. That was a very full explanation of the curtains, but I figured if I was gonna make a video, I'm gonna say whatever I can, and then, you know, hopefully you guys get some sort of tips, you know, how to do your curtains if you wanted to do curtains. They're not expensive, they're not cheap. I don't remember what the price was because I got them over 2 years ago, but they were worth it. They were very worth it, and I really like them. Now let's go, you know, move back and I'll show you the rest of the curtains. Now we have the curtain where the kitchen is, or the one in the middle of the van, whatever you want to think of it as. This is basically the bottom that I cut from the thermal curtain that I have inside. So, oop, that is a bee. So that's why I need to make bug screens. It took a while to take that bee out of here, but of course you don't see it here. Anyways, I have these made from the bottom of basically these curtains. And behind every window or curtain, I do have blackout Reflectix, and this is the one that I would use in the front window, but it's all black, and that's because I want it to be stealth since my windows are somewhat tinted. So yeah, this is very nice, and it also acts as a heat barrier, obviously. On top of this curtain, that's also thermal, so it's really nice over here. When these make a very huge difference. And this is just on a string that I attached from one side to the other, and I just fold it back when I need to have privacy. And when I need to have light, I'll just put this here and take this sucker out, and this window also opens, so it's easier to take it out this way. And now I have a kitchen with a view and some air circulation, which is really nice. So this is the middle or above the kitchen. I don't know how to call it, guys. It's just whatever, the above the kitchen, let's say, curtain and window and the blackout insulation thing. I'm gonna put this back and then we're gonna go look at the other curtains that I have. All right, so I know this doesn't go in a window, but still a curtain nonetheless. So I figured I have it in the van, why not talk about it? Maybe some people are interested to know why I chose a curtain, and it's also on that steel string with the plastic wrap on top of it. And I chose the curtain because it's the easiest to use, actually. If I had a door like open this way or open this way, you know, it would just be in the way. I would have to get out of its way to open. And so having a curtain, you know, I can still make it look nice. Hopefully it looks nice. I think it looks nice, the curtain, but that's, you know, that's different opinions and different tastes. But I like the curtain because I can just grab shirts from here, and then, you know, now I can hide them. And the reason behind it is that I wanted to save weight and ease of use, because it doesn't get in my way or anything like that. So now we're outside, and this is basically burlap bag or like coffee bags kind of material, and I got them from Joanne Fabrics. And none of this stuff is, by the way, sponsored in any way. I'm just making these videos just to help out the community, and hopefully somebody gets something out of this. But basically they're on steel strings that have a plastic overlay, so it doesn't really cut in the material. And then I sewed some sides here so they don't thread themselves. And I'm not sure if that's a word, but I'm gonna use it. So basically they just slide this way. You know, I never really slide them, but they can if I want to. And then, like any window, like I said, behind it I have Reflectix that's dressed up with the black material. And then here I have the Velcro to keep it in place. And I'm still working on that technique, but for now that's what I'm using. I would ultimately think snaps might be better. Just snap them in there and they stay put forever. Velcro tends to, over time, lose its grip and melt, because the hotter it gets, the glue thing that they come with, that just goes off. And this is, I guess I'll talk about this. Basically, I got these bungee cords, like heavy duty bungee cords from Home Depot. And yeah, I use that for my paper towel, and then this clothespin, when it gets really windy, I'll just use it to stop the paper towel from unrolling. So that's what I use that for. It's not very windy now, thank God, but you see what happens if it gets really windy, it just starts unrolling. So that's what the clothespin is there for, if that's a tip for anybody. On this other door, it's pretty much the same story. I have the same type of curtain that slides left and right, and then I have the behind it, the Reflectix, and the same thing. You know, I have the Velcro. I think snaps again might be a better idea. And then I used the strings, which are pretty well in there, like they're pretty stable, to attach one of my backpacks here, and I can put stuff in and reach really quickly with the doors open or closed. And I really like the idea. I wish I thought about it way before I actually thought about it, because this has only been here for maybe 2 weeks, but I had this bag in the van for a very long time. So I like the idea, and if I ever need to use it, it definitely pops off pretty easy. It takes maybe like a minute to take it off and put it back on, maybe less than that, maybe 30 seconds. But I have another camera bag that I use. This looks nice, but if I go on a hike or anything like that, I don't know why I'm talking about my bag. This is supposed to be a curtains video, but I'll end it shortly. It gets very heavy, so it stays here on the door. All right, let's go to the other curtains. Curtains from the rear doors are basically the same as I have on the side doors. It's the burlap bags, but the Reflectix is the bigger side Reflectix. And this is nice because it's closer to where I sleep, so that way it insulates a little bit better than the other ones. I should say much better, actually, especially during the cold. When it gets cold, like this really holds up really nicely. So It's really nice. And I also have these clothespins, so you know, when I pull this back, sometimes it'll come to its original state. So when I'm driving in long trips and I want to use the rear view mirror, then I'll just use these clothespins and one down at the bottom on the string, and it'll hold it in place. So it's really nice. Now I can see in the back window. So when I want to have privacy, I'll just pull them back, and I'll keep these down here for quick access if I need to go back and forth with that. Put this back, and now we have full privacy plus temperature control. So these are the back windows. And last but not least, I really love the curtains where the bed is. These are the same on both sides, so I'll just show you this one here. And what's nice, I have snaps all around and they fold up, and I'll show you how that works. So now I can just fold them up. These little snaps to hold them in place, like a little, I don't know what to call it, strap. I'll call it a strap to hold them in place. And as you can see behind it, I also have the Reflectix kind of insulation, or the foam with the Reflectix on the other side, and it's black on this side. It has like this design on the back. I thought it was cool at the time, but since I always have these down, if I have the insulation, I don't really get to see this. So, but now you can see I have full access to the window. These I usually don't take off very often unless I'm staying somewhere for more than 7 days and the weather permits it. But yeah, they're off. And they're really big. Alright, now this is something that I didn't anticipate, but it's a plus, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I have these down, if I only wanted a little bit of privacy, it's nice because I can actually just unsnap the ones on top here, and it's almost like one of those windows that you cut if you have a regular cargo van, and people, you know, like how they have those small windows that they cut. It's almost like that. You can see a little bit outside, you get a little bit of light inside, but you have the privacy because only tall people, if they go by the van, they can actually see it, because you know the van is higher than it looks inside on the outside, obviously. So it's nice because you have that nice privacy, and I actually use this feature quite a bit. Like I said, I didn't plan on it, but I'm pretty happy that it worked out this way. So yeah, these are the curtains in the back, and they're both the same on both sides, so that's why I'm only showing you this side here. Right, place some here, full shade, almost in half like a taco, and before the wrists meet toward each other. I think I got it. Do I have it? I just twist stuff until it gets to this. It does get to this every time I fold it, but I never really have like 100% knowledge how I do it. I just twist stuff around. It gets to this. But it's much better than the one that I had before. It was the accordion looking one, and it looks like Reflectix. This is much smaller, and it goes much nicer in the window. It looks much cleaner as well. So I like these. And they have, I believe they have two sides. So one side like this, one side like this. Pretty cool. I got to fix some of the insulation at the back doors. I got to fix some of these insulations here so they stay on. Talked about my curtains for a little bit in the back especially, and the sides. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any of the videos that come out, and I'll see you in the next one.